everybody, this is Kirsty here from Women in Waves. In this video we're going to discuss the fundamentals of the forehand bottom turn, why it's so important, and stay till the end because we'll give you a couple of practices that will really help you nail this skill.
I'm so hypnotized by the sound of your heartbeat. My soul is overwhelmed.
The bottom turn is one of the most important manoeuvres to learn in surfing. It's really important to practice and get it dialed, but it is really difficult to master. The bottom turn does loads of important things. It sets you up for your top turn by sending your board back up the wave at an angle, and it keeps you closest to the pocket and the steep part of the wave. If you go along sideways, then you'll surf out of the pocket and out of the steep, fast-breaking part of the wave. Whereas if you do a bottom turn and move up and down the wave, you'll stay in this steep, critical part. Also, after you do your bottom turn, you'll end up at the top of the wave, which gives you the opportunity to do loads of other things. Turn the board, stall the board, or move along the top of the wave to generate speed. Most of these principles are exactly the same for a longboard. However, a lot of the time the movements are just a little bit more subtle and gentle. However, sometimes if you've got a really progressive longboard, or there are some really progressive longboarders who can turn the longboard just like a shortboard. So here is one of Rip Curl's young female team riders, Barton, and today we're going to look at one of her bottom turns and pull it apart and see exactly what she's doing. So looking at Alice's stance here, we can see that she's got her chest over her knee, her foot is right back on the tail pad, and you can see that she's starting no lower than the top third of the wave, which allows her to use all of gravity's potential and generate speed as she comes down the face of the wave. So as Alice starts to come down the face of the wave and she feels that dropping sensation, she's going to compress, bend her legs towards 90 degrees, make herself as heavy as possible so that she's adding to gravity and building as much speed as she can. So as she compresses, she's going to start to look back up to the top of the wave so that she can see the wave face in front of her and plan what manoeuvre she's going to do when she gets back up to the top of the wave. So as you come down to the bottom of the wave into the flat section of the wave, you want to put as much pressure on your inside rail as you can. Really lean forward so that you're creating an angle with your board on the wave so that your board is almost perpendicular to the wave, and people on the beach should be able to see what's on the bottom of your board. If you keep your legs bent and really drive through the bottom of this turn and feel that force being generated between your board and the wave, you'll feel yourself start to spring back up to the top of the wave again. As your board comes around the circumference of the turn and starts to point back up the wave again, extend your legs powerfully, drive through your back foot and bring your weight back slightly. So in this clip we have Victoria Varara surfing a classic longboard beautifully, and as she's doing her bottom turn we can see that all of the movements are just slightly more subtle and pared down. From the compressing, to the leaning on her toes and driving around the turn, to the extending and the leaning back. So the first practice that we can recommend is if you get a surf skate and practice doing your bottom turns on the surf skate. It is essentially exactly the same. You do all the same movements as you come through the bottom turn. The only difference is that because you don't have a top and bottom of the wave, the compressions and extensions won't have quite the same effect, but you can still practice every movement in your bottom turn and it'll really help work it into your muscle memory, and it's just really good practice. Some things you can do are set up a triangle of cones like you can see in the video and practice doing your bottom turn around them. And you can also get a friend to video you so you can do a little bit of video analysis and see exactly what your body's doing. The second practice that we recommend doing is going out surfing and just doing your bottom turn and not overcomplicating it. So for the first few waves in your session, pop up, just do your bottom turn and don't think about anything else. This means that you can really over-exaggerate your bottom turn. You can really lean into it and fly up the face of the wave and not worry about what you're going to do when you get to the top. The main thing that's important with this practice is that you are in a really steep section of the wave when you're doing your bottom turn. So this either means doing your bottom turn initially as soon as you take off on the wave, or taking off, staying nice and high and waiting for a steep section to appear in front of you, which will mean shifting your weight back to the back of your board to stall the board until that steep section appears. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We really hope it helped you. We are working super hard to try and create videos that you guys enjoy and that genuinely help you with your surfing progression. So if you've been finding them helpful and enjoyable, then please like and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. It'll just help us keep making these videos for you.